Good afternoon. My name is Imuri Garcia, and my speech is about the urgent need to prioritize our mental health. And my three main points are men's mental health, social media, and self-esteem, and how exercise influences your mental health. Well, picture yourself living in silence as you had no one to call upon. You have no help. You don't have no one. And that is the life of millions of men around the world. Not only men, pretty much a lot of people, but it's usually more common in men. And that's because men's mental health, there's a stigma around it that men have to be tough and they can't just talk to one another. They can't, talk about how they feel or, all the other stuff. So usually they don't say anything and they just keep going to that cycle of, just thinking bad, and, it could lead to something far more dangerous. And today I want to discuss this because I think it is important to spread awareness for men's mental health and the reasons, or some of the reasons, why people do what they do and why they suffer. For example, social media, it attacks people's self-esteem, and some actions you could take to improve your mental health. For example, exercise. Like I said before, as children, we learn to tough it out and to lock up our feelings. And this stigma is really dangerous for men because at a certain point, you can't really take more. You're gonna hit a cap where you can't keep living like this. And sadly, millions of men around the world are depressed, anxious, and, well, borderline suicidal. And some often do take that route. And I think to counteract this is to educate people on this. It can help people, communicate. It can help people try to seek help instead of just living how they live, it can make people seek help, and it will help them a lot. My second point is the impact of social media. Throughout the years, technology has evolved a lot, and social media is one of our big uses, throughout the years. I was born in 2007, and, when I was 8 years old, I've been using the internet. Social media has been around for a long time, and I think it's very important to learn how to use it correctly. Because I think social media is like a double-edged sword. It's good, because you can educate yourself on multiple topics. You can find things, new, interesting things. You can express yourself however you want. But as well, you are endangering yourself by looking at other things and being envious. One big example is people looking at, like, oh, look at this person, he looks way better than me, I want to be like him. And then you compare yourself to that person. And I think that's a very bad thing, because it can cause depression and anxiety. And a lot of studies verify that excessive use of social media is linked to low self-esteem, especially amongst young people, because usually we are the ones using it a lot. And I encourage social media use to a minimum, because people really like to spend their whole entire day looking at social media, looking at their phones, instead of focusing on themselves and seeking help. Try to better yourself. My third point is how exercise helps mental health. Exercise isn't just about becoming fit. Look, it is part of, being the best that you can be. It's not only about looking good. It's about feeling confident about yourself and your body, especially on how you look and how you feel. And throughout the years, exercising, weightlifting, more specifically, has become more popular around the world. Everyone is going to the gym. They're trying to better themselves, and I think that's very good. And and I think that's very good, because there's a lot of negative things around the world, like I said before, social media, and not seeking help, having depressed, not getting any help is it's a very bad thing. And exercise, not only is it good for physically, it's good mentally. And by raising awareness in this, it could help many different people suffering. And even science confirmed that exercise decreases symptoms of depression and anxiety, which is pretty much the leading cause of suicide. And I think it's very helpful if people around the world are able to exercise and at least be active throughout the day. And exercise is a very valuable and natural remedy. Like, people take meds for the depression, they have their ups and downs, and I think that's not the best way to do things. I think it's best to do things naturally. Like, let nature take its course. Let your body do the job. Like, even a daily walk, going to the gym for 10 minutes, 30 minutes, or even yoga is a very good improvement in someone's well-being. And I think it can transform people's lives. Mental well-being in men is important. Social media influences the way we feel about ourselves. Exercise is a mental well-being superpower. And by raising awareness in men's mental health and using social media to our advantage instead of to our disadvantage, and by getting up and moving, we can own our mental well-being and improve our health in the long run. Let's break down the stigma, support one another, and prioritize mental health being, because nobody should go through it by themselves.